Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bernetta Style. Today, we are continuing in the series of high school senior parenting and the things that come with it. Today's topic is scholarships, where to find them and how to organize them. Last year, my son was a senior, and by the end of his senior year, well, not really the end of his senior, but by the time he went to his freshman year at school, his whole freshman year was covered with scholarships and some into his sophomore year. So we are back with filling out scholarships as well. So I just wanted to talk to you about where to find them and again, how to organize them. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the first place that you can find scholarships is at your son or daughter's school. Talk to the counselor, make sure you are on the email list. We continue to get scholarship notifications in our email all the time. And when they come through, if you qualify, and many times if you don't, still fill out the application for the scholarship. One thing that we learned is these organizations want to give away this money. Some have to give away this money. And a lot of times if they don't have, or people didn't apply, or everybody applied, didn't qualify, they still have to give it to somebody. So apply. Talk to your high school counselor. Like I said, get on the email list, see what they have available, and just apply. They have access to a lot of scholarships, many that you have no idea about. The second one is organizations. Organizations like community organizations that your child can be a part of while they're in school. For example, my son was a part of an organization for young African American boys for junior year and senior year. He started the summer he was going into his junior year and stayed till his senior year. This organization, it was called Gentleman's Quest, gave my son access to so many scholarships. They even gave him a $5,000 scholarship, that organization, but also sent me scholarships for him to apply for. And in that organization, at the time when he was graduating, I think it was like 12 other boys graduating too, 12 graduating seniors. And he sent the scholarships to all the boys, but not everybody filled it out. We were filling out every single application. And do you know he got like 90% of those scholarships from that community organization. Again, organizations I would have not known to look for, not have access to, but he did. So again, find some organizations in your community that your child can be a part of starting their freshman year, sophomore, junior year, but by their senior year, make sure they're in these organizations because they have access to scholarships, okay? And your children are meeting other new people, having a great time, and just learning new things at the same time in these organizations that are outside of school. Number 3, sororities and fraternities. Again, sororities and fraternities, you can look on their website. If you know anybody in a sorority or fraternity, you can ask them, like, what kind of scholarships do they have? Can you send me the application? But yes, my son got scholarships for sorority and fraternities. And I am not in a sorority or fraternity, and neither is my husband, but my son was able to get a reoccurring scholarship from a fraternity, and another organization from the Divine Nine, which is one organization that has all the fraternities. He got a scholarship from them as well. The next one, your local church. That's right. And not even your local church, churches all around. My son got scholarships from churches that we were not even members of. And our church as well. Our church does a yearly scholarship for the graduating seniors, which is, guess what, a renewable one for 1 year. So we're going to reapply this summer for that second year opportunity. So look at local churches, look on their website, talk to members. If you have friends that are not members of your church but go to a different church, ask them, do their church do scholarships for seniors? Anybody can apply. So look at churches in your area. Okay, the next one is colleges. Now, if your daughter is going to college ABC, college DES scholarship is not going to help her at ABC. But of course, each college can give you a scholarship to go to their school. You just have to determine if the scholarship they are giving you, which gives you the biggest bang for your buck and which saves you the most money out of your own pocket. So my son did get certain scholarships at certain schools. Some were good, and some were just not enough. Even if we took the scholarship, we would still have to come out of pocket a lot of money, so we didn't take advantage of those. His current college gave him a couple of scholarships towards the right before he actually started school. So look at your college that your daughter or son is accepted to, and see if they have any scholarships. And those scholarships he had to apply for, and they had a website that just has scholarships from the institution. So check your college website that they say yes to, and see they have, call a counselor there and see what kind of scholarships they can. Sometimes they give them merit scholarships based on their SAT, based on their grades. Sometimes they have scholarships they have to apply for. So check the college that your son or daughter has accepted and decided to go to, and see what scholarships that they have. Websites. That's right. Just go to Google and type in, where can I find some scholarships? Do you know how many websites there are out there for you to apply? You do sometimes have to decipher what's legit or not, because some, they just want your email so they can spam you. Some that, basically there's some just want your email so they can spam you. But go to Google, type in scholarships, and you can be specific. Type in scholarships for African American kids, African American men. Type in scholarships for kids that don't smoke. A scholarship for this, for that. There are scholarships for everybody. Type in scholarships for creative. Type in no essay scholarships. Type in scholarships you only need to make a video for. There are thousands of scholarships out there, but you just have to put in the work, and it is a lot of work, but in the end, it's worth it. So websites. One thing that I wanted to add under schools are programs within the school. Now, I talked earlier about talking to your high school counselor, but now I want to talk about programs within the school. If your child is not involved in a program, they should be. Prime example, my daughter freshman year was a part of ROTC, and at the end of the year they had their ceremony. When we went to ROTC ceremony, it was so many seniors in there that were getting scholarships to go to college from ROTC. And again, other programs have the same thing, like Avid, which my daughter was a part of, giving scholarships. My son, when he was a senior, he got a scholarship from his high school because he was in different programs. So tell your high school junior, senior, sophomore to get in some of these programs in their high school, because they do offer scholarships as well. Next, local clubs. Local clubs, I'll give you an example. The Elks Club, the American Legion. Clubs like these in your local community, they have scholarships for our high school graduating seniors. So go to those local clubs, go to their website, call up the club and see, do you have a scholarship for seniors? Can you send it to me via email? So those are also places. And again, my son got some scholarships from there too. So local clubs, okay? Local community clubs. Next, sports. Now, if your child is in sports, hopefully they can get a sports scholarship. So that is something to look for. I am new to this area. My daughter now is a sophomore, and our hope is for her to get a sports scholarship. That's what she wants. So we are actually learning this as we go into the process. I don't have a lot of information on how to get a sports scholarship. I'll be able to tell you that in a couple of years. But right now, I don't know, but I do know that they exist. So if maybe you should talk to your high school coach and see how, not high school coach, your child's high school coach for whatever sport that is, and see how the process works for your child to get a sports scholarship. But that is also an option. And lastly, individuals. One thing that we learned, that people with money earn, not a lot of money, but people with money, they want to give scholarships. So you have to find these people. Where can you find these people? Again, you can find them through your high school. You can find them through those clubs. You can look online. But individual people who are givers want to give these high school students scholarships. You just have to find these people and find their requirements and apply. One thing that I want to add to about scholarships, one thing that I want to add about scholarships is what you need at a minimum to apply. Many of the scholarships that we applied for last year, my son needed at least one essay, some two, at least one reference, many two. And that letter is the letter that I was talking about. Is just like a question they might ask you about yourself. And we had it ready. We had a coach get us prepared starting the summer before his senior year. And she made him write 5 different essays for potential questions on the scholarship application. So when they said, tell me about your future, or tell me what you want to be, tell me what you want to do, tell me what you're working in the community, we already had the letters. When they asked for 2, matter of fact, 2 letters of recommendation, we already had them in the file. So we weren't always searching out for somebody to write. He had a letter of recommendation from his principal. He had a letter of recommendation from the club GQ. He had a letter of recommendation for his teacher, because many times they will ask for a recommendation from his teacher. So we had 3 on deck, and we just pulled based on the application. And then of course we had his letters ready depending on their question. So I'll have your letters ready, your letters of recommendation ready. A lot of those scholarship applications ask for volunteer hours, so getting those volunteer hours. And those were the three main things. Sometimes they ask for a headshot. Many times we submitted his senior picture, but you know, you could submit any picture, but I'm just telling you, they asked for a headshot and just other questions. But those are the main things that you have to, you know, make sure you have on deck. And lastly, how we formatted and kept up with all of these scholarships. Now, of course, I told you in a previous video that I created an email for our family for senior year. So me, my husband, and my son, you know, had this email, and that's where we put on every scholarship application. So we can all just, you know, have one central place. So first we created the email for the scholarship, and then I created a spreadsheet. Now on the spreadsheet, I had these, I'm about to tell you the tabs if you want to create your own spreadsheet. I had the scholarship name, then I had, let's start over. I had the scholarship name, then I had the link that we applied to, because you might have to go back, you know, and check and look and see. Then I had the date I applied. Then I had yes, like we got it. And then if you got it, then of course I will put the date we got the news that we got accepted or got rewarded the scholarship. Then I had no, if we didn't get it. And then if we got yes, then it's the next steps of what we need to do to get the money. And then I had another tab of this is what I did, meaning I sent the letters, this day I did it. And then the next tab was we got the money on this date. And then the next tab is, was it renewable? You know, and if it's renewable, then I know to go back. And as the scholarships started to come in with the yeses or the nos, then we started to fill out those other columns. And then I would color code, you know, what level we were on or what stage we were on. Meaning if we did everything, then I'm like yellow. But if we did everything and got the money, then I'm turning that column green. So I know I don't have to worry and go back and look. So that was the system that we used, and it seemed to work for us and made it very easy. My son and my husband, both, everybody had access to the document. So we always knew where we stood, how much money he was getting awarded, if the money came in, if the money was sent to the school, and if it had been applied to the school. And we are still using that spreadsheet now into his sophomore year, because we're going to be filling out scholarships all 4 years because the money is out there. You just have to do it. With my son, my goal for him was to fill out as a senior at least 2 a week, at least. And I was filling them out too. He was filling them out and I was filling them out too. This year, I'm putting more of the responsibility on him, and I'm calling him, texting, you got scholarships? You got scholarships? You filling out scholarships? And he's like, yes, mom. And if I go to that list, I'm seeing him put in the scholarships. So that's what I just wanted to share with you. Scholarships, where to find them and how to organize them. I hope this was helpful. Please put in the comments if it was, and just tell me your methods of how you got scholarships and where did you find your scholarships, because maybe somebody can read your comment and go get some scholarships, and maybe I could go get some scholarships. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, your words create your world. So speak life, speak what you want. All right, God bless.